Cocaine Raps is back because Freddie Gibbs just dropped. Now we just waiting on you, Pusha T. Anyways, Freddie Gibbs' catalog is something I've always been fond of. I mean, the dude literally has 4 classics, and it all started with Pinata. Anyways, there we got Freddie. He's still bald as always. The album is called You Only Die Once. Also, shout out the West Coast. So looking at the catalog, doesn't seem to have any features. I don't think Freddie Gibbs has ever had hidden features. Status. Talk to me, Freddie Gibbs.
Still young cocaine, ain't shit changed since my last tape.
Still young cocaine. Automatically, we getting straight into the cocaine raps. I love it. Also, I'm just waiting for the first song where he just says, yeah, yeah. For the moment he says, yeah, yeah, I already know it's a classic.
When you getting rich and your homies not, can't trust your own niggas.
When you getting rich and your homies not, can't trust your old nigga. Like, I talked about this on my own song. People switch up. But I mean, you gotta pick and choose your relationships wisely. I think this intro will perfectly encapsulate the theme of this album. Album cover art looks very evil and like he's fighting like hordes of like undead like creatures or some sort. So you get like a feeling of fear. Maybe I'm just glazing crazy, which I mean, Freddie deserves the glaze. Cosmo Freestyle, let's get it. I always wonder when songs are called freestyle, or is it actually a freestyle? But I wonder if someone just writes something crazy and they're like, yo, I should make niggas think I freestyled it so they give me more credit. You know, I think that sometimes.
I recorded my first rap song 47.
The way the beat came on and the way he flowing on it, bro, that shit, oh, that shit smooth.
A lot of snake niggas, they surrounded me, can't even blame them if they wanna body me, niggas will knock you off to get.
Yo, what the? That was a crazy ass rhyme scheme.
Got all colors, my bitches ain't racist. Got all colors, I'm preaching diversity.
Got all colors, my bitches ain't racist. Got all colors, I'm preaching diversity. That's gonna go up there with the Quavo and I'm loving all races. Hell no, don't discriminate line. Freddie Gibbs is ending racism.
I know God got a plan for me, yo, he would've let niggas come murder me.
I know God got a plan for me or he would have let these niggas come murder me. That reminded me of the beef with Benny the Butcher, because obviously that's his most notable one. But it also reminded me of his beef with JPEG Mafia. So I was like, how JPEG gonna come after a nigga with 4 classics and you don't even got one? Go make a classic first and then you can come after him, bro. Nah, Cosmo Freestyle had some of the best rapping I've heard in a while.
Judge, jury, and executioner with this guillotine.
That's a bar. Judge, jury, and executioner, which is guillotine. Yo, that's, you see, this is peak writing. And like, y'all be in my comments talking about, oh, you take lyrics too serious. Lyrics is one of the biggest components of a song, bro.
Seats by the team like I'm low managing.
Nigga got seats by the team look like I'm low managing. Y'all, the NBA players put their bodies on the lines. Like, I'm gonna be the last one to tell y'all to not low manage for real. Fuck a job, bro. Get your check, bro.
But fuck a nigga, these Europeans, they still don't seem to treat us like human beings.
Because people think racism only exists in America. Like, nah, y'all Europeans was chaining niggas up too. Like in America, like there's a certain bar, like or a threshold, and you can't like go past it. But you could use dog whistles and things of that nature. In Europe, niggas will straight up use blackface. Brick Fees is a crazy title. You and Pusha T are too ridiculous with like this selling cocaine.
I'm from where you was killing for Jordans if you ain't get a pair.
I'm for where you was killing for Jordans if you ain't get a pair. That unlocked a core memory for me, bro. I only did that once and I never did that shit again. I mean, I got the Jordans, my Olympic 5. But I will never camp out champs again.
Tried to take Kyrie under my wing. I tried to sit him down.
Like, what could you and Martin Luther Irving talk about, bro? Rabbit Island, the 5th song on the album thus far. There's no choruses on this album thus far. Like, this nigga Freddie just came on here and just barring up.
Hide my scars with all the mar, got diamond tennis up under the rug.
Hide my scars with all the Mars. You got an AP, Freddie?
Niggas underrate me like Jalen Brunson.
Niggas underrate me like Jalen Brunson. Game 1 against Philly, 8 for 26. Game 2 against Philly, 8 for 29. Somehow it got worse. Game 3 against Philly, 13 for 27. Game 4 against Philly, 18 for 34. Egregious. Game 5 against Philly, 15 for 32. Game 6 against Philly, 13 for 27. He's a very bad volume shooter. He's not underrated at all.
Gangsta Kane, I ain't ashamed like Jermaine. I won't delete.
I ain't ashamed like Jermaine. I won't delete. I've been telling y'all this. J. Cole is such a fraud. I can't stand that man. This man want to talk about, oh, I'm still the GOAT, but I don't want to compete for the crown. Like, you can't have the butter and the money for the butter. You have to pick one. Either you're the GOAT and you want to fight for it, or you're not the GOAT. Simple. Like, can y'all imagine if Michael Jordan really went up there and said, I'm the GOAT, but would quit on every single playoff series? Like, that don't make sense. Let's say, because his biggest argument for the whole beef is, oh, I knew how it was gonna go, and that's why I didn't want to get into it. Okay, if this track's not your thing, swap beats with Kendrick and Drake them and see who has the best verse on your beats. You won't do that because last time you did that, Kendrick still washed your ass.
Every time I rap, it's like a crack attack.
For some reason, this is getting me back to thugging off Pinata. Like, it got a similar flow to it.
Freddie You got me so fucked up. You got me so fucked up.
Yo, hearing this woman spaz on him kind of reminded me about his like whole Twitter debacle with, I think her name was like Fit Mommy, where like it was this like porn star he was dating, talked about, oh, like I love you, like I want to have a family with you, I want to do this and that with you. And then when she got pregnant, bro, dropped her off from the team. And that's why I call him Freddie Gibbs, because that's where that whole narrative came from, because she got bitter obviously and started exposing that he likes having like his butt ate or something. And then Twitter took that and ran with it. It was like, oh, he's Freddie Gibbs. Oh my god, this song is called Yeah Yeah. And y'all know every time I say Freddie starts off his verses with yeah yeah, you know it's a classic. He did it. This song's immediately getting saved. I know it's a class. Stop it right there.
These demons can't tell you what secret, cause shit get repeated. And if I go broke, I can pick up the pieces.
Oh my god, that was an insane rhyme scheme verse. That was just straight bars. Tool on me. Never let a nigga play the fool on me. Yeah. Facts though. Like if they once they see the tool, bro, they gonna be like, you know what? I ain't even want smoke like that for real. You feel me? Yo, that was fire how the first verse ended and it like flowed in with the chorus. Like it didn't even feel like a chorus.
Louis bags, powder boots. I show too much love to the strippers, scammers, and prostitutes.
I show too much love to the strippers, scammers, and prostitutes. Right? Y'all remember I just brought up Fit Mommy earlier. But I feel like that's just with a lot of men nowadays. I feel like y'all be too gooned out.
Put the bitch in the Uber Black, cause I kill a whole bacana.
How much is a Uber Black? Uber Black is a premium. Oh, cause I think Cardi B had a line about that. She playing WAP, she throwing cat in that Uber Black. Okay, that makes sense why niggas be talking about Uber Black. I just never understood it.
Hardcore sprayed it with Freon. Got millions in the bank and I still feel like a slave.
Got millions in the bank and I still feel like a slave. The reason for that is because at the end of the day, you're still an artist and a lot of your freedom is going to be owned through the label. They still take a majority of your money. Not just that, but the way you make most of your money is going to be from touring and selling your own merch. But I mean, that's just with a lot of jobs nowadays. Like think about like a sports athlete, for example. Like these athletes are generating billions of dollars for these owners and whatever. And who gets to see the billions? Them. But I mean, if I'm generating billions, shouldn't I get a cut of the profit? Before Steph Curry, the Warriors were only worth $315 million. After Steph Curry, they're worth $8.2 billion. You see all this wealth he generated for them. So should I not have a cut of all the money I helped generate for you? These fans are not coming to watch Steve Kerr hoop, are not coming to watch Mike Dunleavy hoop. Still a young nigga sitting on millions trying to get paid. We finally made it to On the Set, the closing track.
Rest in peace to rich homie Quan. You was too young to check out.
I remember talking to my brother about this line about how important longevity is in hip hop, because for a lot of these artists, they don't make it literally past 25. Like what Kanye said was fact. Like so many people die young. A lot of people try to make it seem like it's because the hip hop culture in general is dangerous, but a lot of them just away because of like just drug use.
Couldn't afford the BBL, she had to lease that hoe.
That is crazy. Couldn't afford the BBL. She had to lease that hoe. Imagine if you can't afford the BBL. Does the doctor just go back and like just chop it off? Also, one thing I will say is, goddamn, they done got Diddy. Come on, Freddie. Like you seen what Diddy was doing when he beat Cassie, the freak outs he was forcing these people through. 10-year-olds in there. Like, come on. Be for real, Freddie. And yeah, despite it not having features, it was still all hits. So yeah. So I think the outro exemplifies the kind of theme that the album was going through, especially if you look at the cover art again, with like him fighting the undead. And in the song, he's talking about a lot of the artists and rappers that have died throughout the years, from Tupac, Rich Homie Quan. Another thing I liked about the album was that there were no choruses, which nothing fine with having a chorus, but I just like the idea of, bro, I'm not even going to waste time or nothing. I'm just going to come on this track and bar it up. And even when there was a chorus on the track, it flowed perfectly following the verse. Another thing I liked was the flows and verses as a whole were very great on this album, except the Diddy stuff. Scrap that out of the album. I think on Spotify they let the artist go back and make changes. Change that out, please. And lastly, I like how he talks about growth. He talks about his problematic relationships with previous women in his life and how he wants to move past from that. Also, I liked how this dropped on Halloween, or I guess November 1st technically, because it goes in with the whole theme of like the fear and like the ominous vibe type shit. Things I disliked, I don't know. I don't think I had any complaints. Also, I had a comment before talking about why I don't do number ratings. I feel like number ratings do not contribute anything to the conversation, and honestly it takes away from the conversation in my opinion. Check out You Only Die Once by Freddie Gibbs. All right.